Good morning. So I haven't been on here in a while because work has been crazy. But I have been spending some time in the garden, although this side of the garden, as you can see, is one of my garden fails. This heat that we had the first couple weeks in June absolutely decimated my in-ground garden. I had a columbine right there, and it died. My salvia's good. The chives came back again this year. The melon is doing good. The blueberry, not so great. I just recently planted this past week blackberry. He's not looking too good. My watermelon, also not good. Green zebra, moneymaker, tomatoes, they're hanging in there. But the rest of the peppers, they look very stunted. Very, very stunted. And my purple tomatillos, unfortunately, just disappeared. They died. The heat was just too much for them. And the rest of the peppers also stunted, not doing great. Even my Mexican sunflowers, they're hanging in there, but I'm not sure. Dahlia's right there. That one's hanging in too. I gotta stake it. Put in last year some asparagus. Of course, I'm not getting any asparagus this year, but there they are. And my three sisters planting here. I have corn, peas, melon, and zucchini in here, I believe. So I put the corn here, did it in a square, in the square type, and then around is the zucchini, watermelon, and melon, and cucumber. I think I also put in there. And in the right next to each of the corn is some either the sugar snap peas or green beans. I can't remember if I put pinto beans, but they're doing kind of okay. I planted all this late, so I planted this about maybe 3 weeks ago. I can't remember, but everything was late here in this section. So, but yeah, my garden fail here, unfortunately. I have a lot of extra plants, so I will be replacing a lot of these. There's still time. Last year I was able to garden until about November, first week of November. I was still harvesting stuff, so I think I'm going to replace obviously the tomatillos on this side and some of these peppers. Probably just plant right next to it and compare and see what worked and what didn't work. But yeah, a little discouraging, but it happens. Last year I planted all this, I think almost end of June, and my garden exploded the following week. But this year that didn't happen. I planted early and everything is small. Oh, it happens. It happens. Try not to get discouraged, but it is discouraging. Okay. Now this section is doing so much better. So good. Yeah, all the pretty flowers. And actually, I think this is kale, which is doing really great. These are the Queen Sophia marigolds, which I'm really proud of after my daughter's name. Um, they're doing good. These are the seeds I bought from Baker Seed. So those are doing great. More flowers and more kale and different type of kale and the marigolds. I have more flowers here and Swiss chard. Just decided to throw it in there. Ooh, it's coming out. I gotta water that and make sure. But yeah, it's doing good. Look at the leaves and the kale and Queen Sophia marigolds. Finally got a bud there. And I got more flowers up here. could tell that the heat has been crazy. Look, even though canvas bags dry out a lot faster, so I have to water these almost every day. I have to water them right now in another more Swiss chard, which looks like it's doing okay. And the Queen Sophia marigolds, it's so pretty. And guess what? This section I planted, kid you not, about maybe 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Look how big everything is compared to what I had in the in-ground garden. I have a lot of cherry tomatoes here mixed in with the peppers, all different types of peppers. So I just cannot believe how great they're doing. Mostly the white cherries are the ones that are taken off, except this one. This one's the green zebra. I love the tomatoes on these. These were great. And here is my sneezeweed. The lady at the garden center told my kids that plant does not actually make you sneeze. My son got a kick out of that. So I put this over here so to attract a couple more pollinators to this section. Guess it was good luck because this whole section looks really great. Look how wonderful. Can't wait. And we had to put the potatoes in timeout. We had to put them over here in a different section and keep them away from the tomato plants. So we put them over here, not to plant tomatoes next to tomatoes. And even though they're in separate canvas bags, started seeing that the leaves leaning over on the tomatoes, and the tomatoes were starting to look a little weird. The leaves started to turn yellow. I don't know if it was from the heat or from the potatoes, but either way, just to be on the safe side, I moved these. So I moved them and they're on timeout right now. Oh, that's the corner garden with all the canvas bags. Well, this section's doing really, really good. Oh, good and bad, because the in-ground is not doing great, but we'll try and fix that.